Yo, welcome back, and thanks for tuning in as I do more damage control while trying to get this damn boat to the crib. If there's hard work to be done, I'll do it. If there are tough times to be had, send them my way. I'll take care of things. That's me. I don't break. I get it done. So why then am I having such a hard time getting this boat from Florida to Virginia? In the span of 1 week, I've gone from Fort Pierce to Cape Canaveral. If I were to drive, it would have taken me an hour and 22 minutes. In this sailboat, it's taken a week. Now I'm about to lose my crew, and this is really starting to be too much. Boy, oh boy. So long, Ron D. Peace, Mark. Now that my crew was gone, I found myself all alone down there at Cape Canaveral with a big broken boat tied up to a dock that was costing me $141 per night. I knew I had to come up with a plan in a hurry because that expense, unexpected expense, would add up very quickly. I decided to go ahead and get the fuel polished. I called around all over the place on Thursday morning. The first available appointment was Sunday afternoon, so I took it. It would cost $500, but I didn't care. Let's give it a try. He also said that he would bring me some extra fuel filters for the long trip because with the algae in the tank, I would still probably need to change them a few more times. I gave him the part numbers and other information he would need to bring the filters, so I was happy. I'm gonna go ahead and whip up something nice while I wait for Sunday to come. Sunday I have a fuel polisher. Somebody's gonna come and clean the fuel tank and polish the fuel, and then I have a surprise for you guys after that. I plan on getting underway on Monday morning. Yeah, it's been adventurous. It's been interesting. All locked up, and I'm gonna take a walk to Ace Hardware to find propane. The people at the marina said that the hardware store was only a couple miles away, so I thought it would be a good idea to get some exercise by just walking with the bottles to the store. What the people at the marina didn't know is that the GPS would take me away that was closed off by railroad tracks and construction. So I wound up getting a little lost and walking a lot further.
Yeah, they're expired by like 3 years. This one is anyway.
Oh man. I just bought this boat, and so do you sell these or do you have these?
We don't have any this small, but we do have some back there. Let me see what this one looks like.
Man, I just walked all the way from Cape Marina.
You really?
Yeah, because they don't have any propane, and they said I had to get to this place. And I called them, you guys said you fill them, but
Yeah, we did. And I'll fill you once, but I mean, this one's good still. This one's 14. So put 12 to that, it's 24, 26. So you got a few years on this one.
while I'm waiting for Sunday to come, I decided to go ahead and clean everything and get to know where everything is the right way, since I have some downtime. So I pull everything out of these cupboards. There's so many little parts and pieces, extras that the former owner left behind. I mean, everywhere. It's so good to be able to have some downtime to just get this stuff done. And I guess if I were back home having to go to work on Monday, a lot of this stuff wouldn't get done the way it is getting done now, because I'm sitting here waiting for a repair. All I am doing is working off little issues. So I found the master key, since my outboard is on the rack right here, and I don't have the key to it. I found the master key. And just like that, anybody could have had my anybody with a master key could have had my outboard. An outboard is worth a couple thousand easily. It's a 15 horsepower Yamaha, which I understand is pretty coveted in this world. Shout out to my man Cam, y'all. He lives in Florida. He came through. He came through in a pinch. We went out to eat, and then he took me to reprovision. Thanks, man. Happy Sunday, people. Well, it's time to get the fuel polished. The gentleman has just arrived, and he's supposed to be making his way down here to clean my tank and get me on my way. So hopefully, everything works out perfectly. Oh, there he is. All right, gotta go. The polishing process has begun. Oh, Lord, let this work.
Hello.
Hey Bob,
Hey.
I got a Baldwin filter here, a 100. What would that cross over to? Any idea?
Wait a minute. Let me see if I can find it.
Then he puts his diesel hands all over my shit. Scrapes up my... Oh, boy. All right, let me get out the soap and water, I guess. I just want to get out of Florida. This is crazy. This dude shows up, takes the cap to the damn fuel tank off for the sending unit, which is the probe that tells you how much fuel you have in your tank. Takes that off the top of the tank, drops the nut either into the tank or down in the bilge somewhere. Like, oh, shucks, I dropped the nut. It's like, you think you got another one? What? What? And then it's like he's trying to sell me his product to get water out of the fuel. I don't have water in the fuel. I have algae. I want the algae out. Oh, boy. Somebody, please, get me out of Florida. After homeboy left me $500 lighter and feeling totally beat, I went to the marina store to comb through their filters to see if I could find what I needed. Unfortunately, they didn't have it. Last episode, we got towed back to Fort Pierce because the engine kept stalling. The diesel mechanic that I hired to come and tell me what was going on with the engine gave me some invaluable information, and I told you I would use it over and over again. What you see here is me draining the Raycor fuel filter to get that dirty diesel out so that I can get to the filter that has the algae in it. Since the guy didn't bring extra filters, I would have to reuse this same filter over and over again. I had no idea just how much algae might be in the tank, and I didn't really trust this guy's fuel polishing. So, in my mind, the engine was pretty much unreliable at this point, and I would have to be prepared to do this procedure anytime the engine cut off. I'm cleaning the filter because the guy didn't bring me one like I asked him to. So I'm gonna inspect this one, clean it, inspect it, and put it back on. That's algae. And yes, that little bit in the supply line stalls the engine. So in this boat, the guy wired it up to turn on the fuel transfer breaker. Open this prime valve, close this main supply valve. Now, look, I had to get this via text message and understand what the hell is going on. And then this will eventually start to fill up. And then I'm gonna crack this. See, right there. Yeah, that right there. The bleed screw. And wait for fuel to spout out without air. I just had coffee and oatmeal. Now I'm doing some planning. Three brand new offshore life vests. And once again, I'm ready to go. Only problem is, I'm alone. How will I sleep? Man, desperation. I reached out to a guy I met on YouTube. I supported his channel, and now it was time to ask if he could help. He agreed for a small fee. I explained my rules and told him that we were sailing first light Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Rod, sailing on Star. The plan was to get offshore, get in the Gulf Stream, and in about 5 days or so, arrive in Norfolk, and then another day up to DC. At that point, he would get on a plane and fly back. From the get-go, he was a pretty cool dude, and I knew he had the basic watch standing skills to allow me to get some sleep.
Doing life.
Yes, sir. At this point, everything is looking up. We had already done a successful, uneventful overnight, and the winds were great, sailing was great, we were moving along really fast in the Gulf Stream. Everything was just too good to be true. The only thing is we were still in Florida at that point, so I was still nervous. Yo, we are officially out of Florida.
Out of Florida.
Oh, Lord, thank you. I made it out of Florida finally. Man.
Yes.
Yes, sir. We 42 miles off. St. Mary's Inlet is west.
Okay.
Night 2 brought bigger waves, greater wind, and great sailing. I was on top of the world, feeling good. However, that ocean starts to play with people's minds, I think.